What's up, guys? Welcome to Real Beats. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a lead, and if you have not subscribed already, make sure you do that. So let's hop right into this. So with a lead, you can literally turn any sound into a lead just by one setting. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is pick our wavetable. You can load a sample, you can click any one of these that you want, but I'm gonna stick with the wavetables because I know they're here and everyone should have these same ones. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna pick is maybe like a square. And the reason for that is because that's like the most popular lead that you would hear. So I'm gonna do a sine square. I'm gonna show you what that sounds like. Okay, so that's, you probably heard that sound before. So I'm gonna turn this up just a bit. So now the next thing that I'm gonna do is mess with this wheel and kind of round it out just a bit, because I want to go for kind of a that spooky like trap lead that most, you probably have those, but we're gonna do that one or something similar to that. So I want to do something like that, so just round it out just a bit. So I think that's good enough. Now what we have to do, there's a lot of clicking, so what I'm gonna do is go to this attack down here, just pull it up a bit, something like that. So now it's rounded out a bit. So now we're just gonna make this like a complete lead. We're gonna take this decay out and keep the sustain, and then if you want to make it like clear cut, just turn this to the left and you'll see, right? But I like to keep a little bit of release on there, so we can just put it like something like that. All right, so now the setting that will actually turn any sound into a lead, doesn't matter what it is, a bass, it don't matter, all right, is this one right here, mono or legato. Okay, any one of these will turn into a lead because it's just going to make it play one note at a time. Okay, so we're going to go click on mono. I'll show you what that is. All right, it just plays one sound at a time. Now legato is going to slide to those next notes. Okay, just a smooth transition. So I'm going to keep that because I like that setting. You can mess with this glide wheel too, just to give it more glide. All right, but I'm not going to do that. We just put it at 0. So this is going to be our lead. Now we're going to add an effect to it. There's a bunch of effects you can use. You can use chorus. Okay, any one of these. Now I wish you could add more effects, at least one more effect chain here, like a second one, but maybe they'll update it and put one in there. But for now, let's just use something. Now we're going to use vibrato. You can use this one. This is like kind of like a gate kind of. But vibrato is going to give you that like spooky sound. Okay, and I'll play the regular setting. And I'm 100% sure you heard this before, especially if you have like Serum or you ever had like Massive or something. Okay, so I don't want to go completely generic, so I'm gonna put that depth up to 100 and it's gonna just make it stronger. And what I'm gonna do is kind of give it that detune like lo-fi tape sound. I'm not really sure exactly what the sound is, so I'm gonna put it at like 2 hertz, something around there. It kind of detunes it a little bit, make it, flutter. So I'll do that. Now to give it depth, all right, because this is very flat. It's just like flat. I'm gonna put some reverb real. Okay, now you could do other things. You could put delay, but I think reverb for this is more fitting. So I'm gonna just turn the decay down a little bit and then just turn the mix down maybe about 13. I don't want too much reverb. All right, I like that. So now you could really stop here, to be honest. I'm gonna turn this up a bit because this is pretty much how you make a lead. Now from here is making it dynamic, adding other elements and other sounds to it to make it unique. So when people hear that in a song or a beat that you have, they'll be like, dang, what sound is that? Right, just not a typical sound. So now I'm gonna layer this with another sound just to give it some more depth to it. Let's go to synth 2. For this one, you can kind of just scroll through and play. Right. But I'm gonna use another square, so you could use like this one, or we could use the FM square. So I'm gonna use this FM square. Okay, and this is gonna be, I'll play this by itself as well. Okay, I'm sure you've heard that sound as well. So what I'm gonna do is kind of blend this in, like round it out until it sounds good with the first one. So So I'm turning it down just a bit. All right, so we're gonna do the same settings. Kind of just pull this up, turn decay down, give it a little bit of release. You can mix match it as well. You can put this one on a like really fast, well, no release, and then have this one on with a release. It'll give a slightly different sound, but I'm gonna just keep everything kind of same here. And then we can go to legato, and I'm sure, okay, I put that one on legato too. All right, so for this one, this sound, I'm gonna show you like a effect that I like to use. And it's called reverb reverse. It's like one of my favorite ones out of this like whole thing, but you can use other ones. I would suggest you experiment, because you never know. That's how I actually found this one, because you never really know what would sound good on what. So I would experiment with some of these, but I'm gonna use reverb reverse, and I'm gonna turn that time to 1, because I know that it's kind of super delayed on 2. So we can put that there. We could play this, and I'll turn it all the way up so you can really see what it does. We can actually keep it like that as well, just make it a little bit better. All right, so you could stop here. This is pretty dynamic enough for me. If I had bought a preset bank and heard this, I'd be like, oh cool, I'm gonna put this in the beat. But if you want to keep going, this is like the second part. This is like adding other elements. We're gonna go to synth 3. Okay, so on synth 3, we could just choose like a background sound. Something that will like play the melody. All right, just to give it some background, some more depth to it. Again, you could use a sine. You could use the same one we used in the first one, or maybe round it a little bit more, because this one, is a little bit more square. Round it a little bit more. Let's see, what can we do here? We can actually turn the sustain down, and we can make this a key. Okay, so that's something we can do. Let's make it a key. Let's turn decay up, maybe turn that attack so it separates, because a lead plays exactly when you touch it. But with this key, we can kind of separate those. All right. For effects, maybe we can do like a multi-tap or something. You can even try chorus. Let's play this alone. I want to take a little bit of low end out, so I'm gonna go a high pass filter. Take a little bit of it. All right, and let's just try some of these delay effects. Turn it all the way up. Okay, so I think that's good. I'm gonna try this glide feature real quick and just see what that sounds like. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there. It doesn't really hurt. It's not really a big difference. All right, so now we have a lot of depth in our sounds. Okay, so now we're gonna add another one. Okay, now this can be an ARP or something like an ARP or a gate. So I think instead we did ARP last sound design tutorial, so I'm gonna choose a different like effect for this. So we could try, let me see. Let's just see what we could use here. Let's try this square. Even though I think we already used this one. Nope, okay. No, we did use this one, didn't we? We did, yeah. So that's a saw. So let's just use this. Round it out some more. Even turn this down a bit. All right, so let's turn that up. Same thing, but here what we're gonna do is turn that attack up a lot. Okay, so same thing with the key. We're just separating the first two sets of sounds. I know it's getting a little bit complicated, but trust me, you're just gonna add one effect and we're gonna be done. So now let's go to effects, and now what I'm gonna use is like maybe like a, let me see, use like a trans gate. Now with this, I would leave everything the same, but for the speed, just half it. And then, let me see. Just trying to make sure I can hear it. All right, so I'm gonna just adjust the sound a bit. And I want to cut some of that high end off of this because I don't want it to overtake the lead. So I'm gonna try to blend it in. All right, so I like that. It's a nice blend. So what I did was just turn the decay up so it just played that transgate a little bit more. So that's pretty much it. For this, if you just want to, you know, really make it dynamic, and I only did these two just to show you like some other stuff you could do. You don't actually have to just use one. All right, you can add more. See, it's a big difference. So now I'm gonna play like this I made the most generic trap beat ever. But I'm gonna play it and just show you what it would sound like in a song. And it's just like a really dumb melody, but you know, just for some demonstration. So here it is. I'll just play it. Now see how full it is, and it's just a lead. Now if I take all this off, and it still sounds good, but you know, if you just want to make something, you know, better, there you go. Turn those on, add the stuff that we did over this video. All right, so this is gonna be it for this video. Hopefully this helped you out, man. I really do hope this helps you on your, you know, sound design. So again, remember, you don't have to do all this that I did. I just did it to show it because people don't really show stuff like that. They just kind of do the bare bones, but I want to show you that you could do more and make it more dynamic. You don't just have to, you know, stick to the generic stuff. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.